All right, good early afternoon, Earth Angels. Brother Gil here on this Wednesday afternoon. It is about 1:15, 17 on Wednesday, March 4th. Welcome to this episode of Brother Gil's online monologue series 2026. I think this may be episode 2, maybe 3. I've been a little slow, but I'm looking at myself. All my clothes are like 3XL, and so they dwarf me now that I'm down to 9 pounds. But I'm getting used to it. I'm buying myself some new clothes. I need them, so I have already begun to re-wardrobe myself. Woo-hoo! But welcome to this episode of Brother Gil's online monologue series 2026. I pray that everyone under the sound of my voice is just having a delicious Wednesday. Things didn't go in Texas like many of us hoped they would. However, things being what they are, we stand with the Democratic nominees, although I'm a little bit disappointed in Texas. Jasmine Crockett, we love you. We know that you will be standing up and fighting for the people because that's just who you are. But moving on, those other people think they've done something to predict what's going to happen in November with all the chaotic, you can't vote in so-and-so areas in Dallas County. I believe they're in for a rude awakening because we saw this bullshit. Now it's going to be corrected between now and the midterms, and we're still going to do what we need to do. So, Jasmine, salute, my darling. Again, welcome to this episode of Brother Gil's online monologue series 2026. I think this is episode 3, maybe episode 2. I did write something this time, so it's not. This is episode 3. So I did. This is not an impromptu monologue. I'm not even sure if it's a monologue, but I wrote it, and it's called What I See. I hope you like it. This is a note to describe what I see going on in my great country. It is a great country because people like me, my neighbors, my ancestors have made it so. We have the greatest art, culture, music, designs, and architectural footprint for such a young country, yet we stand tall, unique, bold, and resilient because people like me, my neighbors, my ancestors have made it so. What I see is the truth of this prowess with each passing season in America. Now, there are those who want to distort, those who are perpetrating fraud and feigned superiority, and it's a pity because they're some of the most pathetically weak simpletons in the country. What I see are those same simpletons who have confiscated all the capital through whatever schemes some of them have and are running amok because of a dying breed of cancer-ridden brains and spirits lying in full brigade. This built-in structure of the country, a cancer that is actually killing the very ones perpetrating destruction in this America. What I see, they cannot even recognize their own demise. Huh? What I see are generations of our ancestors' spirits thriving inside the young virility and genius of our young people, those who the cancer cannot penetrate, those whose roots are so deeply trenched in the rich soil of greatness and humanity, it cannot be scarred, only reinforced by every attempt to dismay or compromise its integrity. What I see is greatness personified in a resilient people whose DNA is truly unfathomable to the narrow scope of those weak walkers with an axe to grind about yesteryear. What I see is fallacy disguised as strength, parading around as if it belongs to America. What I see is the great American lie. Peace and love. Okay. All right. That's just a little something I wrote. I got a little winded there for a second. I don't know why. That's a little something I wrote last night because I wanted to make sure that I could do another episode of Brother Gill's online monologue series. Anyway, I pray that we are still very optimistic about moving forward as a nation to take back what is trying to be destroyed by those clowns in red. And that's truly what they are. Clowns in red, red noses, the whole nine. Take ownership of your peace between now and November, particularly for those of us who are in Texas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, wherever you are. Make sure you understand where your voting precincts are. We have a lot of time to clarify. I believe those in those substantial offices will make sure that the same bullshit does not happen in November. It is not going to happen. Brother Gill loves you. God loves you too. Let's keep fighting for truth and purpose. Take ownership of your peace. Those of us who are recuperating and healing from stroke, aneurysm, whatever it is physically that we may be dealing with, take ownership of it. Be the champion of your own healing. Be careful with all these different medications that these doctors want to immediately put you on. It is time to go back to nature. God placed us in the Garden of Eden, although we are doing everything we can to fuck it up. I don't know where we think we're going to go. Some might be able to go in outer space, but many of us are not. but we're constantly destroying nature. But we've got to get back to organicity. You feel me? Brother Gil loves you. God loves you too. Let's have a delicious Wednesday. Do something wonderful for yourselves today and for someone else. And always know you are blessed. You are truly, truly blessed. Treat yourself accordingly. Love you. Bye bye. Bye, y'all.